Alright guys, today we're going to make stuffed mushrooms, Italian stuffed mushrooms, breadcrumb stuffed mushrooms. My favorite kind. A lot of people use sausage, but I just like the breadcrumb ones the best. So that's what we're going to make. You're going to take your mushrooms and wipe them off. Wipe them off nicely. You want for this mushrooms, Parmesan cheese, breadcrumbs from fresh bread, parsley, garlic, and olive oil. Very, very simple. So we'll just wipe down our beautiful mushrooms. Stuffed mushrooms are one of my favorite things on earth. I used to always order them when we went to Italian restaurants to see how each restaurant did their mushrooms, you know. My sister-in-law does a remarkable stuffed mushroom with breadcrumbs, and I'm hoping that this is pretty close to hers. Alright, so we wiped down all of our mushrooms. So let's get rid of this. We'll get ready for our next step. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is remove all of our stems. Just turn them and remove them like that. Okay, you're going to save your stems and we're going to chop those up. So first things first, you're going to take a spoon like this, and you're going to scoop out your spores and make a nice little pocket for the filling, okay? Alright, take the baking dish you're going to use and oil it. Spread the olive oil all around, and then put your mushrooms in. Kind of move them around a little bit and get the oil on all sides if you can. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. I'm only going to make one package of mushrooms tonight, but for Thanksgiving you probably want to make more. So this is good for me to show you how to make them. Alright, so set that aside while your oven preheats, okay? Then we're going to chop up our stems. Alright, now you're going to want a couple of slices of beautiful bread. This is farmer's bread from Lidl. Really gorgeous bread. We want a couple of nice slices of this. You know, Lidl has their own bakery, and I bought this bread, and I put it in the Jeep with the rest of the groceries, and all I was smelling was this remarkable, fresh baked bread, and it was driving me crazy. There is nothing more beautiful than fresh baked bread. That smell, right? All right, you want to take your crusts off. Take all of your crusts off. Then you're going to break your bread up into little breadcrumb pieces into a bowl. Can you see me here? You can food process this to make it easier, but I don't have a food processor anymore. So it just took up space, you know? But fresh bread makes all the difference in this stuffing, okay? So just break it up into, as if you were, you know, like as if you were making stuffing for your turkey, you know? So take all your crusts off. You don't want those. All right, into your breadcrumbs, you're going to put your finely chopped mushroom stems. All right. Then we're going to chop our parsley. And I got this parsley from my garden. Probably the very last parsley of the season. My parsley still is looking beautiful, so. We've had so much warm weather. Only cold weather was at the beginning of this week. So, my parsley's still very happy. And I bought frozen parsley in Lidl just in case. And my parsley looks so beautiful that I said, let me use it. So Lidl always has frozen chopped herbs. So you can look for that. This way you don't even have to chop it. It's ready to roll. Or you can use dried parsley if you have no other alternative. But fresh is so good. Alright, that's looking pretty nice. So we're going to put that right into our bread and mushroom stem bowl. Next we're going to add salt. And pepper. And then we're going to take our fresh Parmesan cheese and we're going to grate that right into our stuffing. There's no real measurements on this, you know, just do what you think. I really don't have measurements on this recipe. But give it plenty of Parmesan. And then you're going to want a couple of cloves, a couple of nice cloves of garlic. And you're going to grate those with your plain grater also right into your mixture. Just don't grate your knuckles also. This is very easy to do. Okay, let's knock our garlic off into our mixture. And that's all that goes in your stuffing. So, we're going to add 3 or 4 tablespoons of oil to that. Just enough to moisten it. So, mix it around and see what you think. And if it needs more, add it. Okay, that's looking good. Let's hold them together. Nice. Oh, if you could smell this. Parmesan, garlic, olive oil. Very, very prominent in Italian cooking and just remarkable. Alright, that stuffing looks pretty good. So I'm going to bring the cap, I'm going to wash my hand, bring the caps over, and we're going to stuff them. Alright, here's our caps. And we're going to start stuffing. This smells so good. Use your hands. You're going to need your hands to press them in. We'll be adding more. Just want to get them all stuffed and then see what kind of stuffing mixture we have left over, and we'll overfill them because that's what people love in their mushrooms, right? So I also bought the turkey yesterday because we only wanted a breast this year. We don't want all that carcass waste because there's only a few of us. And so they had beautiful butterball turkey breasts, boneless breasts, yesterday at Lidl. So I got one, and I'll be making that in the crock pot this year. So how do they look, guys? What do you think? Everybody loves stuffed mushrooms, right? My favorite are just bread stuffing. I'm not a fan of the sausage stuffed mushrooms. Mushrooms are such a beautiful flavor that all they need is a delicious cheese and breadcrumb stuffing. Let's see. He needs a little bit more. So if your stuffing is moist enough, you'll have no problem mounding them up like this. So, and our stuffing is nice and moist. So they look really yummy. So, alright, let me wash my hands. Alright, and I'm going to put these in a 400-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. So as soon as they're done, I'll be back with you to show you how beautiful they are. Okay guys, there is our stuffed mushrooms. They are sizzling hot because of the olive oil. What I'm going to do is just a little bit of fresh parsley on top. And we're definitely going to let these cool down before we try them. And while they cool down, I'll tell you, alright, since we don't really use measurements in this recipe, I'm going to tell you what you should do, okay? Alright, break up enough bread that you think will fill the mushrooms, okay? Then the olive oil is just enough to moisten everything. Obviously, the stems are as many mushrooms as you have. Garlic is totally to your taste. Salt and pepper is totally to your taste. Parsley, you can't go wrong. You cannot make a mistake. You can put too much, you can put too little. But parsley will never, you'll never have a problem with parsley. And Parmesan cheese, put as much as you like. I mean, it'll bind everything together along with the breadcrumbs, and you can't make a mistake there either. So it's really foolproof, this recipe. And just overstuff them, make them beautiful, put a little parsley on top, and they are done. You can actually sprinkle a little, you can grate a little Parmesan over the top again after they're done if you want, but it's not necessary. And they smell amazing. They smell amazing. I know a lot of people love garlic. A lot of people love a lot of garlic. So if you love a lot of garlic, put a lot of garlic. If you don't like a lot of garlic, put 1 clove. Whatever. You know, it's a very easy recipe. You really can't screw it up. And that is my recommendations for how to measure or decide on what you need, because there's nothing in here that is exact and nothing in here that you can really mess up. So let's let them cool down and we'll be back and try one, because it's going to take a while for these to cool because olive oil gets really freaking hot. Alright guys, here is our breadcrumb and Parmesan stuffed mushrooms, and they smell so good. So I'm gonna pop one of these small ones in my mouth and let's see what we think. The bread is nice and crunchy on top. Taste the garlic. The mushroom is amazing. One of my favorite things in the world. So this is a definite must for Thanksgiving appetizer or side dish. Really, really good. Really quite easy. You can't go wrong. You can't make a mistake because there's no real recipe. Just do what I did. And if you're not a fan of olive oil, I mean, I don't know who isn't, but if you're not, you can actually use butter. Melted butter to, you know, bind the bread and give it a little different flavor. But really, really good. Eat this other little tiny one right here. The crunch of the bread on top, just amazing. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope you make it. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical Thursday evening. I will talk to you very, very soon. Comment, subscribe, spread the love. I love you all.